In order to strengthen the capacities of the next generation of thought leaders in Southern Africa, USAID Resilient Waters Program, together with the Center for Sustainability Transitions at Stellenbosch University, awarded bursaries to 11 Southern African postgraduate students. These early career researchers are conducting master's and PhD research on issues linked to enhancing the resilience of transboundary resources in the Limpopo and Okavango River basins. Their research contributes towards the overarching goal of Resilient Waters, which sought to build more resilient and water-secure Southern African communities and ecosystems through improving management of transboundary natural resources and increasing access to safe drinking water and sanitation services. These videos introduce the students and highlight their exciting work as future change makers in Southern Africa.
My name is Irene Mhlanga, and I'm a student at the Center for Sustainability Transition Department at Stellenbosch University in South Africa. And I'm being supervised by Dr. Haley Clements and Professor Enrico. I'm so excited to be part of the students who have been funded by USAID under the Resilient Water Program, where my research project is focusing on evaluating the role of trophy hunting in supporting biodiversity conservation in Zimbabwe. And this project is going to be done at a national level. Trophy hunting is a type of hunting whereby a tourist pay with the intention to target animals that have got certain physical characteristics. We can talk of an elephant, buffaloes, rhinos, but trophy hunting is one of those most popular topic that has been very debatable globally. And this debate, it mainly centers on the morality of trophy hunting in preserving animals and how it's achieving its objective on conservation as well as providing revenue. So my research project is then going to provide some piece of evidence on if trophy hunting is supporting biodiversity conservation in Zimbabwe or not. Speaking of resilience, to me, I understand resilience as the ability of a system to absorb shock and be able to recover so that it continues to survive. And now relating to my research, protected areas represent most important approaches for conserving biodiversity. And this depends on resilience. So if the protected areas are supposed to be effective, they then have to be resilient. And in other words, we can say protected areas, for them to be effective, they have to continue to generate the amount of money that it generates so that it funds the conservation activities that happens. So through this research, I'm going to be using a counterfactual approach where I'm trying to understand what is the state of conservation without hunting and the state of conservation without hunting. So I'm going to be comparing the hunting areas in the context of Zimbabwe, these are the safari areas, and then with the non-hunting areas, which are the national parks in Zimbabwe. So my two objectives are so the first one is to assess the representation of key biodiversity areas and threatened species in hunting and non-hunting areas, conserving areas of Zimbabwe. The second one, I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to be assessing the state of the natural habitat of the hunting and the non-hunting areas. Most of the protected areas in Zimbabwe are located at the borders of the country. So it would be important to understand how effective are they in conserving biodiversity, as it has got an impact to the neighboring countries in terms of conservation. From my findings, I'm looking forward to inform the policies and the strategic planning of where we locate our protected areas, so that we ensure that our protected areas are best placed in places where we are conserving the threatened species and where we are maximizing the conservation, so that we have got a holistic approach when it comes to ecological systems resilience. Trophy hunting has been recorded in Zimbabwe as an activity that has been generating revenue through campfire programs. And if it is banned without informed decision, we might lose the money that has been generated, which is the money that have been also funding the conservation efforts within our protected areas. So just taking decision without having informed information might affect the conservation and the resilience of our protected areas.